Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Sheffield United versus Everton on Monday evening. Everton's last away game of the season as they look to finish strong. And as Sheffield United battle it out to try and get in that Europa League, which is it's not what I would have been thinking at the beginning of the season, that we would be the one in mid-table mediocrity and Sheffield United would be battling out for the Europa League. But you know what? Fair play to them. They've been brilliant this season. And I've got to say it, I love their manager, Chris Wilder. Yeah, I think he's great. I would have, not that I want any more new managers at Everton, but I think he'd be a great fit for Everton. I just love his honesty. I absolutely love the way he talks about football, the way he approaches football and the way he does things. And I think he has been the real star. Because the mad thing about Sheffield United is, for as well as they've done, I can't pick out a star of their team. I can't say, oh, he's been brilliant and it's all because of him. If you stop him, that stops Sheffield United. I can't do that. And I just think that shows how much of a team they are and how they've done everything together and how they have to do everything together. And I just think, you know what, we know from our years under David Moyes how important that is. And it almost feels a little bit like that. So I've got nothing but respect for Sheffield United and what they've done this season.
Yeah, they've been incredible. He has done great. I mean, they've got players like John Egan who's done really well. They've got Oliver Norwood in midfield who's done really well. You know, even people like John Lundstrom, who was at Everton, has done well, and you know, McBurney's got some goal. They're all. You're right though. It's they've got good, good honest players. Henderson in goals being excellent, but it's the team. You know, that's the thing, and he is very much like you said, like David Moyes was at Everton. Is that he's almost the most important person at the football club. The 2 points behind Wolves. People laud Wolves, and rightly so. Wolves have been great again this season, but Sheffield United are 2 points behind Wolves at the moment. You know, and haven't spent any money. They haven't got an agent who's sliding, players into the club.
Definitely not.
And things like that. So they've been absolutely brilliant. And Wilder, love him. Listen to his interview after they obviously lost to Leicester City this week, and his interview is just brilliant. Even when the reporters were almost trying to make excuses for their players, he just shot them down and was like, I don't care if we've just beat Chelsea. I don't care if we beat Spurs. We were rubbish then, and it's about this game, not about that. And we were terrible and blah. I'm just so honest, and as a fan, if you've got that honesty, you must just be like, well, he's saying everything that I'm thinking, so I can't have a go with him because he's saying it in an open forum. Now, obviously, he was annoyed, something had annoyed him, because he was more frank than he normally is. But I've seen him on things. I remember seeing him on Keys and Gray when lockdown not been long been on, and he was just open, he was just honest, and he was like,
there should be more people like him in football.
When he got promoted, he was like him having a bevy. They all went for a bevy, and he was like, listen, we're going to get bounced all over Premier League grounds next year, but who cares? They haven't. That's the irony. They haven't. You've had a couple of defeats here and there, but
that's because they came up and they didn't rip it all up. They had faith in what they were doing. They had faith in their hard work because they'd come up through that hard work, through the system, through the overlapping centre-backs, which is the maddest thing I've ever heard, but it seems to work.
It works. Creating an edge.
No, but it seems to work. Yeah. And he came up and he had full faith in it, and where others have come up and ripped up what they've done, or you have Norwich, someone like Norwich who come up who try to do the same thing, but because they're soft. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, they play a certain way and they're not good enough to play that way.
Well, that's it. They're soft. They're soft for the Premier League, whereas they've got that edge.
They got Jags as well.
I mean,
Jags is
pre-season. Pre-season Jags. I mean, he's in pre-season Jags now. That's what I love.
He's got full peroxide and he's in pre-season. He's tanned. He's just great.
When Sean Bean's your greatest fan, you know you're doing well. You know.
Bond villain.
You know that a Bond villain, Game of Thrones star.
When
and also,
Saturday comes.
So anyone who's ever watched When Saturday Comes has always got to have a little affiliation for Sheffield United. Anyone who can play a semi-final at their own ground,
their own stadium,
is you know, anyone who lets a drunk Irish, his girlfriend was Irish, Sheffield lad, come on and take the responsibility of a penalty where he hadn't played for weeks. You got to hold your hands up and say, that's a club I want to, enjoy.
You've got to have nothing but admiration for the Blades. They've had some, listen, Howard Kendall was the manager there, Don Hutchison played for him, Davy Weir was there.
Graham
Stewart, Michael Branch had been there.
Did he?
No, not Michael Branch, thank you.
John O'Connor,
no, the other kid who's in Memphis now, Jose Baxter.
Oh, Baxter.
That great Everton, great
player.
Oh
yeah, that great, yeah.
No,
just throwing all the names out now.
No, but I'm saying, me point is, there's a link, obviously, Carl Tyler, Mitch Ward.
I mean, two of the greatest.
Two of the greatest. There's links, though, between the two clubs.
I mean...
No, I like. I'll be honest. I like Sheffield United. I think that I like. The both them and Sheffield Wednesday have both got fans who've stuck with them through. It's been more thin than thick, hasn't it, in the last 30 odd years, whatever. But I like you say, Chris Wilder, I think is just brilliant.
Well, in lockdown, obviously,
and they got Bezic on loan.
They haven't now.
No, said they've had Bezic on loan. They still had them if his stage.
No, that's what makes you laugh. They took Bezic on loan and took Jags on a free, and they've just been better than us.
Both would have been in our team.
But come back from lockdown and it didn't start brilliantly.
They were robbed the Villa.
Luckily, our goal line technology was working. They were robbed the Villa.
Villa hadn't quite disconnected. Yeah.
Then they had a couple of defeats, I think, on the bounce. And then they hit a nice little patch. They beat Spurs. And then they beat, and then the Chelsea game was obviously a massive game for them. I watched that one, and what was mad was Chelsea had loads of the ball, but just didn't do anything. They just couldn't do anything. And Sheffield United just sat back, and every time, it was almost felt like every time Sheffield United wanted to do something, they did it. They scored. All right, when it was 0-0, it was a bit even, but then they get the goal. But in the second half, 2-0 up, there wasn't any panic. It was just wait for our opportunity. And when it came, they took it. It was 3-0. And it was just like Chelsea were like, what? They couldn't do anything. It was such a weird game. And then obviously, they've just come off the back of a poor defeat at Leicester. Like you said, they got beat 2-0. And, he was scathing of them. And as you said there was obviously something else that's annoyed him, because he was talking about players' contracts. And there is a particular player with an Everton link that may have upset him due to a contract. But you're right, because what he was saying was, well, what's the point in playing brilliantly in that game and then going, oh, see how boss we were there, and then coming into your next game? Every game's worth 3 points. So he's looking...
Lampard had said all he could do was Sheffield United players, and he said all I could do was Leicester players. And he reminded them very quickly, though, that these are Championship and League One players playing in the Premier League. He reminded them it was a slap back down. So you think you're a Premier League and you can just do whatever now, do you? Nah, that's not what we do.
I thought that was great.
That's really good.
I thought that was great, because he was basically saying, we're a Premier League team, I can replace you now, dead easy. So I thought that was a really good put down of like, I give you a chance. I didn't rip up this team when we came up. Like a lot of teams do.
We've seen Villa do it, we've seen Fulham do it, haven't we? To no avail. Spent them two clubs alone, spent £265 million. 2 summers run. Villa combined money, that is. Villa 140 odd, Fulham 120, and both went down. Well, Villa haven't gone down, but they're struggling. Fulham went down terrible. And yet Sheffield United, they brought Sander Berge in. They brought a couple of players in last summer, but not for big money. Brought Sander Berge in the January window, which is a good signing, by the way. Smart and done well. And I've, like you said before, I'm not going to sit here and criticise Sheffield United. They've been brilliant. No. And it'd be a fantastic story, actually, if they got into Europe. It really would. And
they're going to have to beat us if they want Europe.
Oh, that'll be difficult for them.
You're going to have to beat a motivated Everton, and you're going to have to get through our midfield, which,
Well, David, don't forget, they're the first team to beat us at Goodison in 6 months when they beat us. Yeah. We'd spanked a lot of other clubs, and they come to Goodison in September, and they got away with it. Let's be honest. I mean, Chris Wilder come out after the game.
Have we only been beaten at home by Sheffield United and Norwich?
Sheffield United,
And Man
Norwich and
City.
Man City, yeah. 3 defeats and 2 of them are, Norwich are down, bottom.
Top, middle or bottom?
Yeah, that's one from each, isn't it? I'll have one off the top, right, one up middle and one up bottom, please. But no, they come to Goodison and I remember Chris Wilder coming out going, I don't know how we won that game. Yeah. They beat us 2-0, he had 1 shot on target. Let's be honest, any team that is winning 1-0 away from home without a shot on target at half time, you've got to have admiration for. But what they did that day, they defended absolutely brilliant. They just funneled us wide, and when we 3 crosses in, they just headed it away all day. And then they hit us on the break. Moose had scored.
Was that the game? That was the game that afterwards Marco Silva said we didn't need to play with 2 strikers because we played with 2 strikers in that game.
Yeah, but the 2 strikers, he put Shank Tosin on. No, the pace. He put Moise Keane on, who's a kid, started Moise Keane, left them isolated with 3 centre-backs for half the game. Then he brought on that pace and power that is Shank Tosin instead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's a blade who would have wanted to get at them. And so, but yeah, no, they were good. They got lucky that day, but I was impressed with the way they defended, and they carried that through.
And they had the break. That's the thing, though. Both goals came on the counter attack. They soaked it up, and it's going to be interesting. Listen, we've got a chance to go to Sheffield and do the double though. Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. No, we have. Not many teams do that.
Not many teams do that in a season.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the
dream.
That's the glamour patch. That.
It'll be tough.
No, it'll be very tough.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not overly confident here.
It's going to be tough.
I think if we get it draw,
it's their last home game of the season. And I know without fans that doesn't seem to mean as much, but it will mean something to them because they're still fighting for Europe and they're still trying to get in and that. So Everton have got to be motivated. And
what I love about this is we went to Spurs the other week after they had a dressing down from their manager, and we were the recipients. And it seems like we're going to be on Monday. What I will say is if Everton don't match them for desire and battle, they will walk all over us.
They'll batter us.
Do you think he'll... I was going to say, do you think we might change our style, be the way we did at Wolves? But we probably haven't got another centre-back to be able to do that anyway.
Have we got another style?
I didn't mean style. I meant formation. I didn't mean style. I meant formation. We've got no style at the moment.
We've got another gear to go into.
Reverse, yeah. We've been stuck in reverse.
No, listen, it's going to be a very tough game, and obviously players have got to get themselves up for it. There's 2 games to go now for us, but who knows? We've just come off the back of a game where we had absolutely nothing to gain from it, really, apart from we didn't want to lose our home, our decent home record, not losing since November, playing a team that were in the bottom 3, we're trying to get out, fighting for their lives. I mean, this is slightly different because these are an actual good team and we're away, but...
And they're going for Europe.
Okay, keep putting it on. Listen...
Well, some of the...
Go on, give us those brilliant stats.
Pre-match brilliant stats. Sheffield United are looking to do the first double over the Toffee since the 92-93 season. There you go. Everton haven't won an away game against Sheffield United in the league since October 1972. So there you go. Although 6 of the 8 visits since have ended in draws. Sheffield United are looking to secure 5 consecutive Premier League home wins. Something they've not done since
You're not exactly filling me with confidence
I'm giving, I mean, you'll love this one. Everton haven't won their final away league game in any of the last 4 Premier League seasons. We've lost 3 and drawn 1. What was the last one we won?
The last away game we won, which was the last game of the season.
Yeah. So we haven't won any of the last 4, so that takes you back straight away for a few years.
4, hang on, this because I've got to try and count. Is that Koeman?
No.
It's 4 Koeman.
4, it's not Koeman.
Before Koeman?
No, it's not. It's before Koeman.
So Martinez? West Ham 2-1.
Wrong.
Delafeu, given the Delafeu signing. 2-1, we're getting beat, he scored in the last minute.
Yeah. Sheffield United have conceded just 1 goal in the last 4 games, Premier League games, Bramall Lane. Everton have lost 11 away Premier League games this season, equaling the most we've lost ever in the Premier League, which was 11. Sorry, no, equivalent, the most we've lost since 2003-4. The Toffees haven't lost more than 11 since we lost 13 under Walter Smith in 2001. Luca Dean has created 70 chances in the Premier League this season, at least 23 more than any teammate. Only Trent Alexander-Arnold betters him in the league-wide thing of all defenders. 45 have come from open play. Everton manager Carlo Ancelotti has never lost a Premier League game against a newly promoted team. Wish I hadn't have said that. Sheffield United, Dean Henderson is looking to become the first goalkeeper to record 14 clean sheets for a promoted side in this season since Michael Vaughan. Michael Vaughan did it, Edwin van der Sar.
Michael Vaughan?
Vaughan for
I was
Swansea.
going to say, don't you meant the England cricketer then?
Well, he probably had loads of clean sheets because he never went in goal.
One way of looking at it.
Edwin van der Sar had 15 for Fulham. And Ender Stevens has played a part in 101 open play sequences, which have ended with Sheffield United having a shot in the Premier League this season, the most of any Blades player, and 30 more than his wing-back partner, George Baldock. He was very good at Goodison, Ender Stevens. They're good. They're just like a team, again, well-drilled, know the way they play, and have executed the manager's instructions brilliantly.
There you go. I don't think there's anything more to say about this game. You can watch along with us on Monday if you want. We'll be on YouTube watching the game if you need company.
It's on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
It's on Amazon Prime, yeah. If you want a bit of
wanna
company
laugh,
and have a laugh for us while we get angry and storm around, then please join us.
And throw cushions.
The links will be on YouTube on Monday. There you go.
That's it.
Give us a like. Share this video. Subscribe. Check out our interview with Yannick Bolasie. If you want live videos, we'll be probably live. Well, we will be live before the game over on Patreon. If you want to check that out as well, it is patreon.com/Toffee TV ESC. Thanks for watching. See you later.